He may not have the object of revealing that, or lecturing to anybody, or even trying to put forward his view as a total one or a good one.
Let's avoid the word lecture for a moment, because it suggests a propagandist work, and I don't think anybody is really talking about that.
Well, they have been.
This stock does include a stock of ideas about how worlds ought to be. No?
No.
The hereditary principle is very strong.
Yes, yes, yes.
Though not ubiquitous. The hobbits don't have one,
No,
do they?
quite so.
But do you yourself look back on a world in which the hereditary principle is strong with affection?
I do, yes.
Hello and guten Morgen to the quiet little corner called the Brothers Discuss.
Ja, guten Morgen, meine gute Herr.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. So these nice little Sunday morning meetings are for my my Lord of the Rings fans over here on the channel, and my brother and I to kind of sit down and discuss exactly what the heck has gone on in the Rings of Power, which I completely forgot to watch until last night at about 10 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, God, I gotta watch it.
So was it an hour long?
Yeah, it was an hour long again. And believe it or not, I think, interestingly enough, this week thematically works the best. But it also has some pretty interesting questions I'm going to bring up for you.
Okay.
Debbie from Australia, Andrew Werna, Smokey Wan Kenobi, Kaladin, Ted's Nerd World, Mash, and Cheryl Gopan. Hello, welcome. Glad to see you guys. We got 14 people in here. This is usually a very quiet stream. This is kind of more for these are my hardcore peoples. These are my channel runners.
Yeah, sit down.
What's up,
grab a cup of coffee.
Grab a cup of the old bean juice and sit
Yeah,
down.
welcome to our world.
Okay, so do you remember where we left off?
Oh God. We did a really big 3-hour catch up of like 4 episodes.
It was a big one. Yeah.
Three or four episodes.
So essentially, we kind of left off with the drama of King. I can never pronounce his name. Pharazan.
Yeah, Pharazon.
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 King Pharazon.
Yeah.
So
he does look a lot like Jack Black.
He's got a very Jack Blacky look to him. Yeah, it's not improved on this episode at all. Let me pull up our. Boop. Cuts out with a great shot. I'm assuming they paid somebody to go fly a helicopter in New Zealand, and they're like, get some of those mountains that those people liked.
Yeah, people love mountains.
They love those mountains. And we go down into Khazad-dûm.
Okay.
Because we didn't really have a huge focus on the dwarves in like those first 3 episodes. I mean, we talked about them a little bit, but Durin and Durin, I don't remember their numbers. I think it's like Durin the 4th and Durin the 5th or something like that. Yeah, somewhere in there. Dad and son are having arguments about the way that Khazad-dûm should move forward. Young Durin wants it to be through his wife singing to the mountain. His wife, who's Disa. And King Durin says, I've got a ring of power. I don't need your wife anymore. So he puts on his ring of power. I don't know if you remember when I told you the mountain had collapsed slightly and they lost their sun mirrors. So you couldn't see inside Khazad-dûm.
Yeah.
Well, he now has taken the ring of power and is kind of like groping down the side of the mountain and goes, dig here.
It's giving him
mountain sight.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's it? God, what was there a name for that? What was Wolf Link? You know, you like could turn in Twilight Princess, turn into Wolf Link, and you get wolf sense.
The Spidey senses. So we get our first. It's not the first look in the episode, but we kind of get a good first look at the rings here now. This is the part kind of why I put for the title for the stream, just because right off the bat you get smacked in the face with like, what are we doing? The dwarves are like, we can't find sunlight. We don't know which way to dig. I'm like,
what?
It's a mountain, so just dig towards the sun. I don't know.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So they're kind of walking Durin here through and saying like, hey man, we've been digging shift after shift after shift. We can't seem to find the sunlight. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay.
And Durin's like, and like gropes the wall and he goes, dig here. And younger Durin the Younger, we'll just call him that. Durin the Younger says, sir, that's a foundation wall of the mountain.
Like a load-bearing wall.
A load-bearing wall for the mountain. And Durin the Elder basically says like, too damn bad, and grabs an axe and
suicide us all.
Yeah, smacks a hole through it, and the whole the mountain shakes, but doesn't collapse, and the sunlight comes through.
Okay.
Sunlight comes through. So we found the sun, guys.
Okay.
We found the sun.
Almost killed an entire population.
Yeah.
But turns out it wasn't a load-bearing wall.
Well, see, but the ring.
But the ring knew.
The ring
knew.
was corrupting him. They didn't. Yeah. He's like, we'll no longer put our trust in your fat black singing wife. This is now what we believe in. With the ring.
Okay.
No,
does he say not like that exactly?
No, he doesn't. Basically, yeah. That's the tone that they're giving. That's what they want us to understand, is that there's conflict between Durin the Younger, Durin the Elder. Because again, I can't remember their freaking names.
Yeah, but he said we're not gonna trust in singing to the mountain anymore. We're gonna trust in the ring.
Yeah. Basically, he said like, your way has failed at this point, sire. That's a foundation wall. He's spoken.
I think in modern talk, Dale, that's a load-bearing beam.
The general contractor finds out you put a window in there, we're gonna have a whole bunch of problems.
A skylight, yeah. Oh.
So boom, there you go. All right, so now they have the sun. So they kind of set up. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but essentially, Durin's like starting to lose his mind. He's like, the ring has corrupted him now. At this point, he's like, we're gonna dig deeper than we've ever dug before. We're gonna go find us some gold in them Nar Hills.
You sure?
So we start out there. I thought it was just absolutely lovely. That's how we start. We're digging for sunlight. We can't find it. I get this ring here. Anyways, so we move back to Eregion. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Before I go any further, I'm gonna pull up my YouTube. Look at that, Celebrimbor.
Look at that, Oma.
Look at that boy.
Oma,
did you say Oma?
Oma. Wo sind meine Brille? Ich kann nicht finden. Oh, he just looks like a German Oma. Looks like a German grandma.
Okay. Did you watch this episode? I'm interested to see how many people here that we have watching actually watch the episode, or just here to kind of get the rundown themselves. I'm interested to see how that looks. So I just stuck a poll in the chat there. Tell me what you think. So this part was kind of cool. I don't know time-wise if this works out, but essentially they're Narvi is here with Celebrimbor.
Oh, cool.
Narvi's here with Celebrimbor, and they're making the doors of Durin.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I like the idea of showing the making of them. That happened in the Second Age. That would be cool.
Was Sauron there for that?
No, no.
Okay.
No, he had.
Turns out you're wrong. Yes, he was.
Nothing to do with it. Yeah.
So they're having this meeting, and Narvi's there, and Celebrimbor's making a joke like, he's a thief. Take the doors, but leave everything else. And Sauron gets bitchy. He is pissed. So hold on. There he is. So Celebrimbor is talking to the dwarves and kind of, making it chummy. They're like, hey, we got an alliance now, guys. You know what I mean? And they make it really, they really put it in your face. They're like, a door that only a friend can enter. And everyone's like, they did the thing.
You guys see what you did there.
So Sauron is kind of out on the balcony. Very, very cross with Celebrimbor. Just brooding. And basically tells him like, why are you spending so much time with the dwarves?
Yeah.
And Celebrimbor is like, I thought it was nice,
Oh, this is like such a perfect like jealous girlfriend.
It's 100% that.
You're spending so much time with them. God. Babe, talk to me. Hey,
It's
tell me what you're feeling.
that's 100% that vibe. So he basically says like, you shouldn't have spent so long with them. This is real. This is a real thing that happens. Sauron
Says that to Celebrimbor.
sighs. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, you've spent too much time with them. And so they kind of they have this like girlfriend-boyfriend argument on the balcony.
Yeah.
And Sauron basically says, we need to turn our attention to men. It's time to make 9 rings for the men.
Okay.
And Celebrimbor is like, nah, I don't want to do
be
that.
all right.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, nah.
Why would I want to do that?
So Sauron basically says, yeah, well, if you're not going to do it, then I'll do it myself.
What?
And just walks away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the? Did they give a motivation or a reason why Anatar would be upset that they're spending so much, Celebrimbor is spending so much time among the elves, being an elf?
Among the talking with the dwarves.
Sorry,
that's why he was pissed.
The dwarves.
Yeah. So the reason why is because he says we need to be focused on making the rings for the men. It says it right here. When the most affected by Mordor's rise are still suffering, he's talking about man and how much he distrusts Númenor and he hates Númenor, and he thinks that by forging the rings he can level out what's going on in Númenor.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What's up, Hertz? How's it going, brother? Have a nice day, evening, wherever you are. Good to see you, buddy. All right, so yeah, like I said, they have their little boyfriend, girlfriend tiff
moment.
Yeah.
Little lover bat.
But they're okay. Yeah, we don't trust Númenor. Blah blah blah. I fear Númenor. He says no, I'm not gonna make them. And then leaves, and that's it. And then we go back to Númenor. So to King Pharazôn.
Yeah.
And he has a discussion with his son here about how he likes to stand on the top of the mountain and see the gates to Valinor across the sea.
Okay.
Pretty far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, thematically, I think what they're trying to get at here is that he wants to go west, right? Because he's reminded every day when he looks and he sees the gates that he'll never be able to like live forever, right?
That's so frustrating.
Okay.
Like, there's such a cool.
Talk to me, Goose.
Well, it's just such a cool. God, they suck. There's such cool material here, and maybe they'll get into it more. But the fact that they're showing this and having this talk already tells me that they haven't. Just God, man, it's just frustrating. You know, he plays up that men are, you know, in the beginning. So Tolkien's idea is that death is a gift, right? It's a gift. It's men's gift. It's men's curse and it's men's gift. Just like for the elves, their immortality is a gift, and it's also their curse. And you know, just like two people shooting past each other, you know, humans are like, gosh, you guys, you live forever. Like, that's
sweet.
That's so cool. You don't have to worry about death. It's amazing. And elves are like, dude, you don't get it, man. Like, it's not.
Yeah, not everything is chalked up to be, bro.
Yeah, it's not all the thing. Imagine
I just want to die.
We're meat-seeked. We all want to die. Yeah, it's like the amount, like, you get a world weariness, you know, like you get tired of. They became, you know, befriended men, the second born, and just like the sheer amount of death that you have to see, as an elf when you live that long, like you get a world weariness of it that they just can't explain to men, that they're like, you don't get it, man. And that's where sort of Anatar, you know, theoretically, if you would be coming in and is supposed to talk, and this Pharazôn, our Pharazôn, is supposed, like, he's so, a lot of the men in this, there's just a bunch of fucking softies, you know. I don't get like that, like, strong, like that this is like a military power, like at its apex.
Yeah.
Like none of these people look like
A bunch of cricket-eating sodomites.
yeah, like
Yeah,
like
it's kind of
what
like a
bunch of
frail Greek society.
yeah, a bunch of
Yeah,
fucking poofers. Like they're just none of them look like they'd hey, let's go f some stuff up.
yeah.
So Farazan is supposed to, sort of be like this, it's like a soldier, like kind of like a it'd be good think of like a Quaritch almost, like the bad guy from what's it called, Pandora
Yeah,
movies,
from Avatar.
Avatar. Kind of like he's supposed to be like a fucking soldier. Like
Yeah.
he's a badass guy. He's a big strong warrior king who
Not fucking Jack Black in a bathrobe.
yeah, who ends up having Anatar, and he's already proud, already has started to get suspicious of the elves, and then you have Anatar coming in and saying, yeah, you fucking should be, dude, you should,
Yeah.
yeah, bro, you should be
Guys are
suspicious,
skeevy, bro.
you fucking should be, and guess what? Like this is such bullshit. Like it's such bullshit that the Valar and Valinor are keeping immortality from you. Like that's not. And you just get this like whisper in your ear about how it's trash, and like, dude, you guys are strong enough. Like this is Númenor at its most powerful.
Yeah.
And Anatar is like you think they can fucking stop you, dude? They're afraid, like they're legit afraid of you, man.
Yeah.
Just lie after lie after lie about how you
deception.
like, yeah, like you should go to Valinor. Like they couldn't stop you, and sure. And that's that blah blah blah. That's no spoilers. We'll leave it there. But that's where that Anatar is supposed to. This whole time, Anatar would be on Númenor. I sympathize because you have a lot of time. They're compressing a lot of things.
Thousands of years,
like hundreds
like a
and
couple a
thousands
week.
of years. Yeah, like the forging of the magic rings is like the famous ones. The 9 for men, 3 for elves, blah blah. That's over like hundreds and hundreds of years. That's not like, oh yeah, let's go do that this week.
Well, we got the dwarves on Monday. Turn around. We need to focus on the men, but we got to get this done by Friday.
And same with the deception of what's his name, Farazan. Like these are long-term things. So I get that you have to compress them. I understand that, but you're just kind of showing him right now as just like kind of a jealous tool.
Yeah.
With seems like not a lot of Anatar there to be like, yeah. Dude,
hasn't made it there yet. Never talked to him. The only thing they do have is the Palantir there, so maybe the Palantir he's using it as like a conduit.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. That could be something.
Sure. Yeah. So there's a lot of hubbub about the scepter and his son. This is Farazan's son. Was he a major player in the book?
No.
Okay. Cool. Well, he's a major fucking player in this episode. Let me tell you that.
Oh, okay.
So Farazan's son is basically the one convincing Farazan, like, we need to be the strong Númenor.
He's playing Sauron's. He's playing Anatar's part.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Let us make the Númenor, what it needs to be.
And it feels like any chance they have to like undermine like a male lead. I know that his son is also a male, but like the fucking male like leaders in this show, they just feel not like leaders, not like strong ones.
Yeah.
Like you're the king, dude. You're the king of Númenor, and you have this little
bitch boy.
Little bitch boy. Be like, Daddy, you could be so much stronger than you are.
The Veruca Salt of Númenor.
Totally. Good one.
I want Valinor and I want it now.
Good one.
So the only person that kind of makes sense on Númenor at this point is Elendil. Okay. And the big thing that's the drama that's unfolding in Númenor is that there's been this vying for power for the crown, right?
Sure.
And Elendil and all of his underlings are now being basically cast out from society. Cool. Because Farazan is taking over. Okay?
Totally on point.
Yeah, but Elendil is totally in love with the blind chick. Hardcore. Hardcore in love with the blind chick. So and this is kind of the best part. So as this transfer of power is sort of taking over, all these guys from the Navy who like went over to Middle Earth and then came back, they're like, you failed. Give us all your shit. You're no longer part of the army. You're outcasts now. And you will bow to King Farazan. So Elendil, what is this? I can never pronounce this guy's name.
Ooh.
Elandiel.
Uh-huh.
And all of the crewmates are going and kind of turning in their stuff here in Númenor.
Is he
and
he's like the
he's
Polynesian
yeah,
looking dude?
Isildur's brother. Yeah.
Isildur's brother. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy's Isildur's brother?
Yeah.
Is another brother?
This Valandil guy, Valandil.
Oh.
And then his sister, Eregion, I think is her name. Yeah, right there. So see on mine,
Amazon original character.
So while they're doing all this, essentially, Isildur's sister pushes back against Elendil and is like, "You're walking a fucking thin line, partner, and you better watch yourself." And Elendil's like, "Well, your path is made of salt water, and you better watch your step because it's a long way to the bottom."
Oh, nice dig.
Yeah, got her, bitch.
Got her. So are we just like not ever gonna have Anarion? Like those are Elendil had 2 sons.
I don't know
Elendil had 2
where
sons,
he is.
Isildur and Anarion. Didn't have a daughter. Didn't have. I don't know who Valandil is. That sounds like another Amazon original character. Like
okay, maybe that's him. I don't know. So I started to get a little confused here because when his sister is talking to her dad, who's Elendil, which is Isildur's father, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she refers to him as saying, "My brother is dead because Muriel peeped into an elf stone," even though that's her dad. But she's saying, "My brother is dead because of it." Anyways, this got a little muddy for me. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't know exactly. And then she says, "Accept it, father. I beg you." So she does acknowledge it.
Okay.
And they kind of get into like a little tiff, a little argument.
Yeah.
And they say, like, turn in your weapons, turn your shit in. Let's just get out of here. And this is
look at this
Pharazôn's
guy.
son.
Look at
he's
that guy.
big mad at Elendil. Does not like this dude. Does not like this dude.
Slap that fucking face.
What's up, Stephen Brown? Vindicta. This is what I was telling you. That some of the people are getting the tattoo. Can you see it in the profile picture? Vindicta. Yeah. Stephen Brown's got one. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hell yes.
Valandil or Valand, how do you say it? Valandil or whatever isn't another kid of Elendil in the show. Okay, so I think it was just Isildur's friend then.
Gotcha. But that is theoretically that is his daughter then.
It is 100%.
That is his daughter. Okay.
Yes, which didn't exist. So we have this moment kind of here in the square where the struggle of power is going on, and everyone is basically saying they're still keeping their allegiance to Elendil no matter what.
Oh, cool.
Which pisses off
who?
Pharazôn's kid is mega pissed. Yeah. They're like, no, my date's the king. And his daughter is his daughter's, like, fuck you, dad. Pharazôn's the king. Yeah. Because Pharazôn's very anti-elf and she's super anti-elf.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
So we have this big moment where they say, Captain, my captain, Valinor bless you, Captain, my captain.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Poet society.
Yeah, pretty much. So all that ends, and we go back.
I wish they did more of that stuff. I wish they showed more of the tension between the giant civil war basically that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like Elendil is will have the faithful lead the faithful to Middle Earth and establish Gondor, and in the south, Arnor in the north, and then everybody else.
Númenor takes a dip.
Takes a bit of a wash.
So this is what I was talking about, where I think this is going on. So Pharazôn's kind of like gazing into the Palantir here. I think that's his source of corruption, I guess.
Doing the old Denethor, just like Denethor, remember?
Just like you remember? So if you remember me telling you in our last stream, Celebrimbor lies to Gil-galad, writes him a letter and says, like, sure, we'll close it up. We'll close up the forge. No problem. You should come visit sometime. You know what I mean? Everything's fine. We're not making rings. So this is kind of a rereading. Yeah, no, just Empire stuff. Lots of Empire stuff. So they're kind of rereading the letter here as they're showing the forge kind of being like packed up and moving around. Gil-galad's reading. Gil-galad is reading that, he's not doing anything wrong. Whoa, what the fuck? I think we skipped over a little. Here we go. I feel like I have to show this part for it to make sense. Anyways, what they're doing is reiterating the fact that Celebrimbor deceived Gil-galad by saying that they were closing up shop and not making any rings. Okay.
Yep.
So that's important.
Why you fucking lying?
Save that for later. Because that's important. So now Durin and Disa are like, ugh, I'm just super down about everything that's going on. She's like, I want to go shopping. Let's go shopping. And so they take a walk in the market in Khazad-dûm.
Oh, literally. Like literally.
This is what you're looking at, right? Yeah. They're like, no, seriously, let's go shopping. Retail therapy. So RG, what's up, man? Also, hi, frequent lurker. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. Great Pilgrim says, I think they said Narion is on a different part of the island. Can't remember for sure as I didn't rewatch season 1. Okay.
So at least they name dropped him, at least. Okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
Weird.
Lightsaber. What's up, brother? San Francisco 49ers faithful. Always will be, no matter how gay they get, because they've done it quite a few times. Just keep on losing Super Bowls. Go Niners! So they go for retail therapy. There's this kind of exchange where Disa wants a tuning crystal, and it's like way too expensive. And Durin's like, that's dumb. And Disa's like, it's a tuning crystal. So she buys it, and it's rounded on one end. It's a geode that's rounded on one end. Look at those eyes and those sideburns.
150.
So she gets it and she drops it. And she's like, oh, okay. She drops it and it starts rolling. And I'm like, oh, God, here comes the and then moment in storytelling. So the crystal is rolling down and wait for it, because I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but I'm going to ask you for backup on this. It's all rolling down the hill, and then it rolls into a pool here. Is this Gollum's? I think it's supposed to be where Gollum's at.
Oh, what a thought.
I think this is supposed to be like Gollum's pool. But anyways, she's
there's probably no way of like
verifying.
Verifying that.
But so it rolls in, and she's like, oh crap, where did it go? Where's my tuning crystal? And so she goes, oh, and sings out to find her crystal, and finds it, and in the background, a creature responds. In the background, of course, it's the Balrog.
What?
Is calling back to her.
How far did that thing roll?
I don't know. It rolled pretty far, and then she sang out. She was using her echolocation, and that was her tummy roaring. And she apparently woke up the Balrog. I don't know, because they already kind of woke up the Balrog the first time when they opened it up, and like one of the leaves fell down from.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Balrog's like, he's been woken up twice now, and he's starting to get angry.
Starting to get cranky. I'd be fucking cranky about it.
Are you fucking people? Can you shut up?
and then they cut away from that.
Yeah. Then they cut away.
Oh my gosh. Fine.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in next time.
So they have a big feast. Durin the Elder is happy now at this point. He's stoked. He's like, we're making money. Hand over fist. He's happy. He releases to these other dwarves that are sitting at this feast. Check it out. We got these rings of power. So call all your dwarven lords. Come down here. Check it out. We got the new iPhone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Check out our shinies.
Yeah. And he says, basically at this point, we're unstoppable. We're finding gold in deeper and deeper places and blah, blah, blah. And his advisor basically comes over and says, like, all right, where do you want to dig next? And Durin says, go down here, go to this place. And his advisor's like, we can't go down there. And Durin says, well, who put the restrictions on this? And he says, you did, like decades ago. And Durin's like, fuck it. YOLO, get him down there. so they start
Did they
digging.
say anything about why he put restrictions on it?
Probably unstable mining.
Yeah.
That's basically like the only reason they've given for anything at this point to not mine somewhere is just because of instability.
Yeah, which is valid. That's good. That's valid.
Yeah.
Like
But he basically says, yeah, he says the ring, like, you know, I can put my hand on it and I see everything that's underneath Khazad-dûm, and like we have barely taken a thimble out of, you know, what's in this mountain.
Yeah, I get it. So that's like stupid though. It's stupid because it's not. That's not what a dwarven ring of power. Like they're not. Like I can see the matrix code now.
Yeah.
I can fucking see everything. Like that's not what these are. They are like way overpowering the shit out of these things. Like.
Yeah, it was just kind of Spidey senses, wasn't it? The rings of power. Like it wasn't like you weren't like mapping geographical areas through tuning the frequencies of rock or anything.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, no. Okay.
OSHA compliant. Yeah.
Nah.
So so Durin the Younger basically comes to him and says, like, that ring is shite. Like you're turning to shite. It's all shite. And he won't listen to him.
He's got a cool beard. He's got a good beard.
Yeah, he's got a good beard. So they kind of have like an argument again, and believe it or not, I love the Durin actors. Both of the Durin actors I really like. But
they're white. That why? That's why. You can say it. It's fine.
They just look like dwarves. So it was so funny. I was kind of taking tally as I was going through the episode yesterday, and I was like, what actually kind of looks like, you know, at least in my brain at this point, because I was shaped so much by PJ, like what kind of looks like Lord of the Rings? Yeah. Some of the dwarves look like they should be in Lord of the Rings, and like one or two of the elves, and then the orcs.
That's about it. Yeah, and then the orcs.
But it's just so odd to me that they nailed it like one or two times, and then the rest of the time they're like, fuck it.
Not the troll looked really cool.
Yeah. Oh man, okay, we're at 77% did not watch the episode and are just here to be brought up to speed.
Nice. No pressure.
Clint, there you go. That's the answer to your question. And yeah, we watched, so you don't have to. And actually, believe it or not, out of this panel, 50% didn't watch. So you're all welcome. Okay.
Kind of the point. Yeah. That's why we're doing this. Ross is doing the Lord's work. Sorry, X-Wing's doing the Lord's work.
All right, so
X-Wing's doing the Lord's work.
So they get back to the forge. We go back to the forge, and now we see that all of a sudden, like, stuff is flying around the room. A giant anvil drops. A hammer is like moving by itself, very like haunted house status, like swinging around and banging stuff.
And they're like, "Oh, mansion style.
What the hell is going on here?" Well, it's a corrupted ring.
What?
So Merdania, who is this young elven smith, went invisible, and it was her like doing all this stuff. She had like a hammer in her hand. And she's like, "Oh, spooky ghost!" So essentially, what happened is it did what the One Ring does. She like disappeared, went to the Wraith world, and then came back because Anatar Sauron like grabs it off of her. So she starts saying like, "I saw this form, this figure like made of fire, and it was here. It was in this room." Obviously, it's Sauron that she's seeing like in the Wraith world.
Yeah. So we're not having any distinction then between like a dwarven ring of power and like the master ring. They're all just basically the master ring. They all do the same thing, turns out.
Yeah. So they use it as a way for Sauron to tell Celebrimbor, like, we're gonna keep going, dude, and if you don't tell us how to fix it, like more shit like this is gonna happen. That's basically what's said here, because he goes, you could have fixed it if you just and Sauron's like, say it, we're gonna keep going. You're gonna help us, or we're gonna do it ourselves. So she, obviously, she's like, God, there's some evil here. There's some serious evil here. We don't know what it is, but it came to me breathing, reeking of death, pitiless and eternal. Obviously, it's Sauron, but he's like, oh, there's nothing to fear. You're here among friends.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So they
That's
kind of
nice.
convince him. They're like, you know, they have this discussion, like, why is this ring corrupted? What is going on? And Sauron convinces Celebrimbor that because he wrote this letter to Gil-galad about how he wasn't forging rings, the rings were corrupted because they were forged in secret away from Gil-galad.
Oh, damn.
That's
Should have seen that coming.
That's some 4D chess, bro.
Should have seen that shit coming. Man.
So
Wow.
he gives him the option. He's like, you know, I mean, here, look, here's the thing. We can go to Gil-galad right now. You can apologize. Or we're going ahead full steam and we're just going to make 9 rings. And he's like, fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's make the 9 rings for men.
So he just bites it. Celebrimbor's just like, oh, is that why? Is that why they're corrupted? Because he just takes it. He's like, oh yeah, that makes sense when you say it like that.
He's like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that. Yeah, it makes sense.
No, I did.
Totally makes sense.
I did fib. I did write a fib on paper, which corrupted. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Durin comes back and basically says, like, something's wrong with the rings, dude. Something's up. They don't. Maybe there's something you're not seeing. How much do you really know about this Anatar guy? And Celebrimbor's like, nah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. So. And
then Anatar convinces him he's probably the reason why.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. So that's dumb. That's super duper dumb. That being said, moment of praise. Like I wish this is how they started. Even though I don't like. What was that?
Okay, we'll make more.
Like this is how they should have done this. This should be like season 1, basically. Like the whole. What was his name in Sauron's name in season 1?
Halbrand.
Like what the fuck, guys?
The southerner.
What the hell? Like that. What a waste of time. This is how they should have started season 1. Just Sauron in Anatar's form, trucking around the earth, moving chess pieces.
Yeah, just deceiving the shit out of people.
This feels like a completely different. Like, does anything in season 1 matter right now? Like, this doesn't feel like built on anything.
Yeah.
Not nothing. I'm sure I'm sure there's connections, but like.
It was a big play on Galadriel and Sauron like being in love. That's what season 1 was. Yeah. So there's an interesting so he actually does some deceiving here. Sauron is talking to the girl and is like, the thing you saw in that world, it was Celebrimbor. He's like, you don't realize the toll that like forging all of these things has put on him, you know, and it's creating malice in him.
Oh, fuck. Okay, there you go. Hey,
there's some deception.
Look at you.
He's deceiving. It's just so fucking hard, Phil. It's so hard to take this guy seriously, okay? Because it's a little bit like The Force Unleashed, those games where you had Galen Merrick was like Vader's apprentice. And the reason why the rebellion started is because Galen Merrick, like, you know, basically gives up his life to start the rebellion, and his house crest, the Merrick crest, is the rebellion signal. And you're like, oh, that's not how that happened, but that's cool.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with like Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, where we have Celebrimbor and it's like, it's not right.
Yep.
But
fucking hell, is that
cool?
Yeah, I'll play the shit out of that.
Cool. And Celebrimbor and Sauron are both like these incredibly awesome, tall, super intimidating, super sketchy people. You know what I mean? And like, we know that they're sketchy, but at the time they don't seem sketchy. Like Celebrimbor is this tall, ethereal, like awesome, just the dopest plate armor.
Yeah, like a warrior angel. He seems like one of like the archangels. He's like this otherworldly part of this world, obviously, but also kind of angelic. It's an amazing, but also a total badass. Like,
badass. That
looks like someone that would know how to F you up.
And then Anatar is like, you know, he's not wearing armor and shit. He's just draped in this like ethereal white cloak with this
Yeah.
perfect like, platinum blonde hair, and he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hands together like this, and is, you know, always deceiving. He's just so beautiful, you don't trust him. You know what I mean?
It's like a priest, like a high priest.
You're too perfect. You're just too perfect when I look at you. And then you get this guy who's like, you're spending too much time with the dwarves. And it doesn't hit this guy. And the actor's like fine, I guess. He's fine. But I mean, you know, I expect it to be a little bit more like, play it a little more ethereal, play it a little more like you're a creature of heaven. You're basically like, you know, a demigod. You're an angel.
Like because they do have like, I wish they would play it a little bit. Yeah, that's a good point. I wish they would play it a little bit more like what was written. The elves have, you know, they have a body and they have a spirit, right? They're the Fea and the Throa, and basically like they exist in two different planes. They exist in the physical world, like that men can see, but they also exist at the same time in the spiritual world.
Yeah.
So
and they play off of that hardcore with Celebrimbor too in those games where he's like in the world, but like he's got this ring on and half of him is part wraith and stuff. You're like, God, fucking cool.
Dude, they took that and ran with it in those games.
Yeah.
And like, and that's like such a good counterpoint to anyone who's like, you know, the lore. It's, you know, you can they've effed the lore in those games. They effed the lore, but it just felt like Middle Earth so much.
Yeah.
They just nailed the atmosphere.
That's
even
something
though the lore
that they've
was
just
erected.
missed completely, is like a lot of times you can make mistakes, you can bungle stuff up, you can add things. Look at what happened with Peter Jackson. But if you make it cool, people are like, it was fucking cool. Who cares? It's awesome.
It's the same.
You know
It's the same with it's the same with his films. He changed some shit, dude.
Yeah.
He like really changed some. People forget because we love them so much. He changed some serious shit, but damn, they're good stories.
Yeah.
Like, they're really good stories. They look amazing and they feel amazing and there's build-ups and there's payoffs and there's no fat. Those movies are so, even though they're 3 hours long, 3.5 hours long, dude, those movies they're lean. Those are lean movies, man. Like, there's no screen time is wasted. Like, if someone's talking,
there's a reason.
There's a reason for it.
And they had to trim off other people talking for reasons and still pull it out. They had to trim more lean off of it.
Yeah.
It's a bodybuilder cut
tight.
for sure.
It's tight. Those films are tight. They're really tight. And I just don't get that with this.
No, there's a lot of fat going on here. Clint Lorman says, forget about what was written. That is not that. This was written in crayon.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys want to do Lord of the Rings?
And you don't even have, and again, like, what's it called? Shadows of Mordor, Shadow of War. At least they, like, same thing. Like, if not worse, probably not worse, but same thing. But at least they looked fucking cool.
Yeah.
They sucked you in with how cool they looked.
Yeah, we'd never seen the forging of the rings. We never saw Celebrimbor talking to Sauron, and you know, like all those.
Saw angelic Sauron. Yeah.
We never got to see Anatar in his form, and so it was super dope. It was really cool.
It had a huge redemptive chunk of that because it just looked amazing. And this doesn't have that. It doesn't have like the, you know, I don't know, the redemptive. At least it looks good.
Yeah, tonally is what I would say. So in the Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor games, tonally they made the crafting of the rings feel like a little bit more tense and real.
Yeah.
And
it was a moment.
Like,
it felt like it had weight. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, so back to reality. Your new reality. So they are having I'm assuming this was meant to be basically a burial for the king. They're doing it in kind of secret in this this temple. And they're saying their farewells to the king who died. Elendil is here with Valandil and some other I guess these are the faithful.
Yes, sure. Cool.
Faithful.
Cool.
So they kind of, they put their prayers in the water, and guess who shows up? Bam, bam, bam.
Look at that face.
King Khazad-dûm's son. It's just like it just reminds me of like a douchey day trader that's like in a Harvard frat.
Oh, he's such a little like pharma bro. Yeah.
Pharma bro. Yeah. Hey, you guys heard about crypto? So he shows up and basically says like, break up your party. Like, fuck you guys.
What?
Yeah.
At the funeral of a king?
Well, it's because these are the faithful, right?
Yeah, but still, he was still the king.
Doesn't matter. So so they kind of get into a scuffle here. And this priest is like, this is the oldest, temple in all of Númenor. Like, what are you doing? Stop. And then give him the relic. He's basically saying like, clear out, get out of here. You're not allowed to be here.
To the who's saying that?
The
son?
Farazan's son. Yeah, whose name for some reason I can't remember right now.
Whatever. Doughboy.
So Crypto Bro basically picks up the relic out of this temple and throws it on the ground and is like, fuck your religion. And Elendil fucking punches him right in the face.
Oh, good man.
Absolutely. Good man. Slaps the man. And
like the one masculine figure in this show.
It's what I was saying. He's the only one that makes kind of any sense at this point. He kind of looks like he could be Númenorian or Gondorian and acts like one.
Yep.
So then Valandil and Crypto Bro get in a fight in the temple.
Sure. And
Crypto Bro is straight up drowning Valandil in the water.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
like
straight
the
up.
Huge Samoan guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like drowning him in the water.
Okay.
And Elendil's like, oh yeah, and he snaps his shoulder off too. That was like one of the only like good violent parts is Valandil like flips him over and knees him in the back of the shoulder and snaps his shoulder.
Oh, good man.
So we're like, all right, we're actually seeing some manly stuff here, and then puts a sword to his throat. And Elendil's like, nah, fam, we ain't like that.
Yeah, we're not in church, baby.
Yeah, not in church, baby. He says, put it down, that's an order. And so he does, and he turns around, and fucking Crypto Bro just stabs him right through the chest. Kills Valandil. Yeah.
Oh, that seems kind of dumb and stupid.
Yeah.
And contrived, I guess is the word.
But
really? So he left this, like he dropped the sword literally right next to him and then turned his back on him?
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
So he kills him, and I guess this is supposed to set up Elendil seeing like how bad Númenor is at this point.
Yeah.
I think that's the narrative device here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So back to the boyfriend-girlfriend situation here too, with these two arguing and saying, no, we did it wrong. Nah, you didn't do it wrong. It's you spat. Yeah, you deceived him. Nah, we did it wrong. No, we're not gonna do it wrong.
Babe, you lied to me.
Yes. And there's Sauron. I didn't lie to you. You lied to him. Yeah. So again, this is just this kind of stuff goes all back over. It's more exposition about them fighting, more exposition about how the rings are bad, and then Celebrimbor basically tells everyone like, all right, we're gonna make the 9 rings. We're gonna make them. They're gonna be great. They're gonna be the best rings you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like don't F this up.
Yep.
All right, and walks away, and Anatar kind of like addresses the elf crew.
Wow.
Addresses the elf crew and is like, hey, he's under a lot of pressure right now. He's under a lot of pressure. Let's just make sure we do this right. Okay. And then kind of like winks at the blonde girl, like, see, I told you he's going fucking nuts.
Yeah. No one will ever say, the producers are like, no one's ever going to say this show wasn't diverse enough.
Box checked. So yeah, Celebrimbor kind of goes back up. Apparently he's not going to help Forge. He's just like, oh, this is so stressful. And just hangs out up at the table. And then we go to the orcs.
Good.
So we're almost at the end. You've been a trooper. Okay. Thank you for hanging out.
Good job, everyone. For sticking with us.
This is
Where-
the best part. They're
where are
walking up
they?
to Eregion.
Okay.
So, oddly enough, no elven scouts in the forest.
Nope.
Nobody saw these guys.
Nope.
I mean, they, the Rangers caught like 2 hobbits hiding under a fucking bush, like
Yep.
in a
Yep.
completely different. But that's you know what? It's
It's
fine.
a different time. It's a different time.
Different time.
Yeah.
So they make it to within a mile of the gates of Eregion, and guess who's back with Gil-galad to try to warn him. He says, "Bro, there are orcs at the gates of Eregion," and Gil-galad goes, "It's deception. Sauron's behind all this. We're not sending anyone." Yeah,
What
we're
the
not
fuck?
sending anyone. He's the
What?
architect. He's the architect behind all of this. The elves can't defeat Sauron and Adar's orcs at the same time. We're not sending anyone.
Oh, remember, just like in Lord of the Rings. Remember in
Mhm.
the movies when they're like, "Oh, we can't fight, but Mordor and Isengard at the same time."
Man,
How many fucking orcs does what's his name? Adar. How many orcs does he have?
it wasn't
like
that much.
Like maybe a small. Is it a small army? Okay. Like
Yeah, small
you're
army.
you're a fucking kingdom.
Small to medium.
Like you
Yeah,
can't.
where the hell is Celeborn? I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Not
available.
limiting Galadriel's agency. I can tell you that. I can tell you what he's not doing.
She don't need
You
no
have a
man.
problem with that? No. So that's really again the C word. That feels very, very contrived. So you have an entire army outside your city, and you're like, no, I don't think we do. I don't believe that. And if you did, you're like, well, we couldn't beat them though. No.
Yeah,
no,
so
we
we're
couldn't
just
do
not
that.
going to show up. Very elf of them.
Very, very.
So this is the best part of the show. You're going to love this. I don't know if there's precedent for this, but when I was watching it, I'm like, this doesn't seem right.
Okay.
So the orcs show up, and now I can tell because it's been two episodes. We're seeing the nuclear family orc is back front and center. So this is going to be someone we have to pay attention to. This is the guy that was hugging his wife.
Yeah.
And is like, do we have to go to war?
Yeah.
Except now in this episode, he's an orc again. He's like, yeah, I'm an orc again. Yeah, my wife's not around.
It's me and the boys.
Yeah. So this cart pulls up. They pull back the tarp, and who's in the cart? Galadriel.
What?
Galadriel's in the cart. She got captured, remember? At the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
So the orc has a spear pointed at her, and then turns it around and puts the blunt edge in and pops it open. Okay. This is where it gets good.
Yeah.
Galadriel pops out.
Oh, I'm super excited.
And is like, why aren't they trying to kill me? Why aren't they trying to kill me?
Why are you trying to kill me?
and Adar walks up behind her, and she puts him in a hostage position with this little poker she's got in her hand, right? Wait.
No.
He goes, "You're not here as an enemy, but as a potential ally."
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
No.
So the orcs and Galadriel share a common enemy in Sauron. Team up of the century.
Movie.
Yeah.
I wonder if Rachel Payne is related to is it JD Payne? I wonder if he just
John Payne. Yeah,
I wonder
Patrick
if he-
Payne, John Payne.
got his own got his blood in there.
So there you go.
Wow, so a Galadriel orc army team up.
Yep.
Yeah. That is some corporate 2024 storytelling right there, baby. Yeah. How can we really surprise people?
You know what's gonna blow him away?
Oh my god, tell me. I have such a big clue right now.
Oh, I've got a raging clue right now.
Oh, my clue's pointing this way. My clue's pointing towards the Galadriel orc army team up.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, buddy. Oh, brother mine.
So there you have it. That is Rings of Power episode 5. If you had to title this, what do you think you would title? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but what would you title this episode?
Oh. How about an unexpected team up?
It's like the movie.
Just like the books and the movies, remember?
Listen,
the
I'm
party.
going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Guys, like you're just not building what they're not. I can tell you what they're not doing. They're not building a lot of goodwill.
Rachel Payne is his wife.
Wife, sure. Hey, get the missus in there.
Why not? Babe, I've got a project I'd love you to be a part of.
That hurts. Goodwill is not being built. Dude,
It's an incredible setup for the war between the elves and the orcs here in Eregion. That's not the way I thought it was gonna go, but
they'll get like one, they'll do a thing right, and you're like, hey, look at you guys, look at that, and then
yeah. Desert Fox says Orc Vengers assemble. I would laugh so hard if somehow Galadriel is fighting the elves of Eregion and is like completely outnumbered, and then you just hear on your left, and the troll comes walking out. Da, da, da,
da, da. Oh wow! I mean, unexpected. Unexpected.
Aren't we the baddies? Mitchell and Webb look. Yeah, wow,
what a
deep
reference,
cut, man.
What a reference. Good for you.
Good one.
That's appreciated. Okay, you got me a little speechless.
Yeah, you interested?
A little speechless. Of all the things, what the hell was that?
It's a boost oxygen can.
Jesus.
I love these things. It's aviator's oxygen, but they put like a little bit of peppermint, like essential oil smell in there. So you're like, it's not. Have you seen all the crap going on right now with the people using the Whippet cans?
Mm-mm.
So you remember like when we were like retarded kids and you take the whipped cream and like, and it was NOS.
Yeah.
Well, somebody figured out how to like flavor NOS, and it's supposed to be used to flavor your whipped cream, but of course that's not what it's being used for. And now in the urban community, they're buying these NOS bottles that are this big, flavored like, blue raspberry and like caramel cake, and they just they're just frying their brains, dude. So
how the empire falls.
Yeah.
Porn and raspberry flavored NOS. Oh god! And then and what is it? And when the barbarians are at the gates, we'll be arguing about what gender they are.
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
Gotta
Good
love
for
it.
us. So is that just It's literally just.
At least we got this. Yeah, it's aviator's oxygen. That's all it is.
Huh.
It's 10 liters of 95% aviator's breathing oxygen and 5% ambient air, natural peppermint aroma.
Is that like an online purchase?
Yeah, it was Amazon. The other day, I was like, I don't know if it was because of the fire that was going on or whatever, but I was like, I couldn't get a full breath. And so I just bought this. And I just like, it's just a nice hit of some O2 to the lungs, kind of gets some
O2. How many breaths do you get out of one of those?
Dude, this is I hit it probably like 3 times a day or something, and it's been like 2 weeks now.
That's so much. Wow.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. See, that was fun.
They come in small sizes too.
Oh. Travel size.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was like the most fun part of this whole.
Yeah. Well, we're not done yet. We still got episode 6, episode 7, and episode 8 to go through.
So I know that they are not contractually. I know that they said that they were obligated to put out 5 seasons.
Hmm.
I mean, only obligated to themselves, not held. They're not held by anyone else.
Right.
I hear that the viewership is not doing so well for them.
About half.
Yeah.
Not a great number.
Half of what season 1 was,
Right.
that was where they lost like 70-something%.
Yeah, it was quite a bit. And then it's also started to go down since the airing of the first episode. They're starting to lose viewership as well. And I don't blame people, because I myself, like, I have a stream on Sunday morning with my brother. I need to watch it. And I made it through the whole week and like completely zoned it, just because like I don't care about what's going on in the show.
Yeah, like there's no compelling reason to watch it
to
other
your
than
point, if they want to make 5 seasons of this, you know, they're skipping so much time. Like you said, they're compressing all of this stuff in. So how do they? I mean, we're moving into the movies, like rapidly getting close to the movies.
Yeah.
So how does this get stretched out for 3 more seasons?
I
Got me,
wonder.
bro. What would it be? I mean, it would just be Sauron in Mordor, like putting some furniture in, getting everything set up,
Make sure Oma's comfortable.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I mean, they have, you know, the big. Okay, I mean, so you could spend some time setting up the Last Alliance.
yeah.
You know, so you have big ones. I mean, you got some big ones. You have the spoilers. You have what they're setting up right now of the Civil War in Númenor.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you have the fall of Númenor. That would be huge. That you could turn that into a thing.
I feel like that's already going to happen this season, though.
I know, right? That could be like the end of the season.
Yeah,
it feels like. So that could be big. So then you have coming to Middle Earth, which could be big. The Faithful coming to Middle Earth, setting up of Gondor in the south, Arnor in the north. You could set up those 2 kingdoms. That could, you know, theoretically, if they were good storytellers, that could be really interesting and cool to see.
Sure.
Yeah, and then, you know, you do have some setting up of Mordor. You know, Sauron getting stronger, setting up the Last Alliance.
I don't feel like. Well, I should take that back. I was going to say I don't feel like there's enough there for them to make a show. They'll figure out a way.
Oh,
That's what Amazon originals are for. They can fluff up parts of the story that we just.
Yeah. Dude, like all that. Good Lord, all that stuff with what's it? The Harfoots.
Yeah, the Harfoots and the. I always call them Stewers. What are they? Is it Stewers?
Yeah, Stewers.
Stewers.
Harfoots,
what did I call them? I called them.
Stool.
I called him. I looked it up on the internet last night because I was like, oh man, what did I call him? And it was like some derogatory term for trans people or something. I'm like, I'm surprised I didn't get in trouble.
Whoops.
It was like derf. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, Nini just baked a blueberry cake. Send some my way, please.
Yeah.
Ryan for a $5 says, watch out, Planet Spaceball coming for that canned air. I work with a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
Ryan, good to see you, brother. This dude's awesome. He makes hope bars for kids with cancer.
What's a hope bar?
It's got like win on it. And I don't know if does it make a noise, Ryan? Like when you smack on it, is it like a drum? I don't know. It's really cool. I'll send you his Instagram when we're done here. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Someone sent me you should do like boxes. Someone sent me a box. It was like a winner's box. It was really cool. It was really sweet. It was like
nice.
No. It was like a warrior. It was a warrior box.
A warrior
It
box.
was a warrior box. Yeah. It was like I don't remember. It had like a kitschy, you know, saying on it. It had like a blanket. In it.
Mm-hmm.
With I guess, you know, something about. What did you say?
If you hit it hard enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything makes a noise if you hit it hard enough.
If you hit it hard enough. It was like a little warrior box, had a blanket in it, said something about, you know, being a strong warrior, getting through the battle, had some, you know, like, I don't know, slippers, keychain, shit like that. It was sweet. It was a sweet idea.
Yeah, it's nice. Someone's thinking of you.
Yeah.
All right, brother,
Cool.
man. What are your expectations for the next episode? What do you think's going to happen? Because we've gotten through all the way now. The orcs are at the gates of Eregion.
Or are they?
They are. No, they are.
Okay.
Or are they?
Or are they? Or
I
is
mean,
it a deception?
Smoke and mirrors.
Mm.
I'm interested to see. So, because next episode, I don't see how they don't have that battle that because that we saw in the previews. There's that battle at Eregion, and there's catapults. You know.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So we know that's coming. What are your thoughts on this Galadriel team up? Like,
Baby, you got me. Man, they were looking to what's it called? What do they love so much? What do they love doing so much? Oh, what's their favorite word? Damn, what is that word? You are, as for writing, when they try to
mystery box.
Defy expectations. You are one of the most. I'll think of it. I'll think of it when we hang up. Subversive.
Yeah.
Subversive. So one of them said to one of them, "You are one of the most subversive writers that I've ever known." I guess that's a compliment. I guess. They did it.
Yeah, I don't know when subversive writing became that's a fancy word for gotcha. That's all they do is a bunch of gotchas, man. And I feel like it was fucking Rian Johnson. Like it just boils down to Rian Johnson and what he did with Star Wars. Everyone's like, that is so smart how you did that. That is so smart. He was playing 4D chess with us the whole time and we had no idea.
Yeah. Remember that part where Chewbacca didn't die?
You remember?
I thought he was dead. Oh, he got me. He got me.
And there was like 19 of them in the movie. And here's the thing. None of them really had any consequence other than like he died. Just kidding. No, he didn't.
Yeah, but you thought he did though. You thought he did.
Admit it, I got you.
Maybe because I think that was season 1 where she was like, she gives her genocide speech to Adar.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'll kill every single one of your children. You're like, fucking hell, girl.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're orcs. Like, I'm with you, but
I mean,
even for orcs, it sounds weird when you word it like that.
Yeah, she's like, I will kill your children.
So maybe this is like the subversive part. Oh, we took her from saying that she was going to kill every single one of his children to like, oh, now she's on their side. And so maybe they'll have to like team up to defeat the bigger orc army, but then there'll be another subversion that after the main threat army is defeated, oh, hey, now we're enemies again. You know what's hard? I don't care. I don't care.
Even this Battle of Eregion doesn't make sense. Like, they're showing up to kill Sauron. They don't really, I mean, to this point, it doesn't seem like they have any beef with the elves. These orcs just want to live in Mordor in peace.
And they're You just
and they're bringing this huge army to the gates of Eregion to try to beat Sauron. It's like
for like an entire kingdom of people that like we don't really have a problem with them.
Yeah.
Like it's just there's just that one guy in your city.
Yeah.
That, like he's pissed us off.
Oh my god. What if they do it? What if Adar shows up at the gates of Eregion is like, will the Lord of the Black Lands come forth?
And justice be done upon him.
Like, oh my god, you remember?
Oh my god, he said it.
That's like Aragorn.
Yeah, that's wow, man. When you lay it out like that, my brain hadn't even gotten that far yet. It's like they did kind of just show up for like a guy.
What are you gonna do? Are you just gonna burn the whole city down and like hope that one dude comes out?
That one fucking dude. Yeah, they did. Once again, they wrote themselves into a corner.
Yeah, it should be Sauron attacking, wiping Eregion out. Having Adar do this is so stupid.
Yeah, that I heard someone else have a comment like that as well. That there was a number of occasions during the show during this season that basically Adar is doing like what Sauron should be doing.
He's a stand-in for Sauron because Sauron's still doing everything with the elves, which he's not supposed to be. If he's already done with it, he's off doing something else.
Because we want him to be likable, so Galadriel can have a crush on him.
Toads.
You know what I'm saying? Oh.
And what's the angle there? Like, Adar has Galadriel and is like, let's team up and burn Eregion to the ground so we can get Sauron. Like, what's the play there? You want her to be on your side while you're bombing the crap out of their city just to get Sauron out?
Like, out of her own people? Yeah.
Not a great plan.
Let's see what let's see what they do. Let's see where they So now that we've talked about it like that, in some ass backwards way. I actually am very curious to hear about the next
how this
episode.
plays
So
out.
You've
Yeah.
done it. You've done it, buddy. You've got me interested for the next episode.
Ooh, Adar will probably be the mouth of Sauron. I don't see Sauron killing Adar. He had multiple opportunities. Won't surprise me if he was gay for Adar at some point.
That's a
Does
cool
that make
idea.
sense?
That's a cool idea of him turning.
Do we have a
into the mouth of
backstory on
Sauron.
the mouth?
No, that's what's so awesome.
Oh, okay.
We know where the theory is. He was a Númenorian. He was one of the they call him the black Númenorians.
Mhm.
Not black as in today, like not that.
Somebody's watching the show and they're like, "Oh, write that down."
Yeah. But one of the ones that fell under his corruption and went down his road, and forgot his own name, his own history. Like his life was sort of extended beyond its natural capacity, and
Right.
just fucking cool. Just fucking cool.
I just got no place in this show.
Wish they would make it cool. Wow. Oh, yeah. So that's an interesting idea. Or he's probably not. I say a witch king could be another idea. Could turn him into the Witch King, maybe.
There are a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, if you remember us talking about it, that guy that's in Rune saying he might be the Witch King. I think it's Sauron. I think it's Sauron, but we'll see.
Interesting. We'll see.
They
Again,
really don't care about timelines here, so.
Yeah, I feel they don't care about the audience. I mean, maybe they do on paper. I just.
It's not for you, brother.
I know it's not for me. I wish I cared. I wish I cared more because these are fun. These are fun things to put on screen. In theory, this would be a fun thing to have a TV show about.
Well, that's the whole point. That should have been the whole point of this, would be to explore some of those characters and do cool things with them that don't have a backstory, and you can put it in there and make it make sense. That's what this is what I always complained about with Star Wars and their little offshoot stories, is that they should enrich the original story and add to it and make it more fun to rewatch the original now, knowing all these different things. That's called enriching the universe that you're working in, instead of deconstructing it and creating your own version of it. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way to do it. So I don't know. What that mouth do, Sauron? Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, buddy.
On that note.
Yeah, we've gone too far.
Yeah, I think I'll go cry on my pillow for a little bit and
get ready for next week.
Get ready for next week. This is fun.
Do some Kegels. Stretch it out because it's coming.
Hot bath. Get ready.
Some chamomile.
All right. All right, buddy.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. My brother Philip, as always, I am X-Wing, and we will see you on the next Brothers Discuss. Ciao.
But he may not have the object of revealing that, or lecturing to anybody, or even trying to put forward his view as a total one or a good one.
Let's avoid the word lecture for a moment, because it suggests a propagandist work, and I don't think anybody is really talking about that.
Well, they have been.
This stock does include a stock of ideas about how worlds ought to be. No?
No.
The hereditary principle is very strong.
Yes.
Though not ubiquitous. The hobbits don't have one,
No,
don't they?
quite so.
But do you yourself look back on a world in which the hereditary principle is strong with affection?
I do, yes.